Hello everybody out there, this is Seto Kaiba from your Yu-Gi-Oh chat channel, and today I'm going to show you a duel that I recently had with one of my friends online. He was using a Gustavus Max type deck that involved the Ultimate Timelord. I think it's called, like, I can't pronounce the name, but it starts with an S, and it's a really cool duel. If you watch this, and I'll go play by play kind of what happened and my thoughts. Pretty much understand that I didn't know what type of deck this was going into the duel that my friend was going to use. He just told me he was going to be kind of using an anti-meta deck. So I saw all these anti-meta cards like Maxi, tough stuff, Effect Veiler, DD Crow, and I was like, well, who the heck mains a DD Crow? So I was like, okay. But that's what my thing is. So I draw, and I'm like, okay, I'll just do Dark World Dealings, drop the snow, get the Grapha. I'll keep Grapha in hand, and I'll use it to pop something later on. Well, I should have known better because I didn't know what I was going to. But he plays this card that I haven't seen for ages, and he plays Magical Merchant. I haven't seen a Magical Merchant since I was like, what? I haven't seen Magical Merchant since I was like what? Like, I can't remember. Since like when Chaos Monsters and stuff roamed the earth. This card is so old and so fun to play, but I was like, oh gosh, what is he doing? Because he makes these crazy decks that you don't know what the heck you're doing against. So I go for the bust. I'm like, okay. I was going to do a funny play where I did the Raven, dropped the Grapha, brought out a Dark World monster, reborn the Grapha, make a Leviathan by popping a Brow back, and then overlaying a Tuner and Tour Guide to make a Leviair, but that didn't work. So I was like, okay, I'll just make a Leviair. So I did that, and I attack. I'm like, Magical Merchant. I see DD Crow, and I see all this stuff. I'm like, what the fudge is this deck? So he goes through half his deck, kind of, looking for that magic card, and he finally gets the dang thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, he just dropped how many cards? I'm like, sweet mother of mercy. And I didn't know what he was planning. My friend was planning, so I just see this Tragodia. I'm like, okay, I gotta deal with this. So I decided that since he only had 15 left, and I had all these, Dark Worlds make your opponent discard cards while you draw, I said to myself, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to try, because this was on unrated. I was like, I'm gonna try to see if I can get all of his cards out of his deck. So he just top decks and has nothing left. He has no cards left he can draw, and he has to forfeit. So that's what I was aiming for. Well, needless to say, that didn't work out for me, but it's so fun to watch this. So I get this, and I decide to get Transox Phoenix so I can get a Grapha back and do all that. And then he Effect Veilers my Leviathan. I Magical Merchant again, and I'm like, sweet mother of mercy, boy. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I'm doing good. And then he goes Heavy Storm on me. And I'm like, ugh, dang it. And then Monster Reincarnation. And I'm just like, and now I see these two bad boys getting dropped. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck just happened? 2 level 10 monster. I'm like, oh, fudge me. Oh, fudge me, I'm dead. And then I get Grapha back though, and I'm like, he makes Gustavus Max. And I'm like, okay, how are the cards? Please be with me. Please get me, like, a card that I can discard a Grapha and pop that dang Gustavus Max. I'm like, please, Lord. And then I get just another Grapha. The sad thing is, the next card would have been Gates of the Dark World. And his next card would have been Honest. So, dang. If I just got one Upstart Goblin, I could have changed that all around, probably. But I didn't. So that's what sucks. But it was a fun duel. It's better than dueling E-Dragons and Prophecy and Ophion. Just a fun little duel right there. I just wanted to show you guys that. I hope you like this duel. I want to show you a second duel that I dueled him, and I got my revenge. I got my revenge back on my friend for this craziness that he made me go through. But to next time, everybody, take care, and Seto Kaiba out, and good luck dueling to y'all.